Okay, everyone, welcome back to Backend Magang. Stay humble and keep the excitement to learn like a newbie intern. Yeah, for today, we will talk about the microservices, especially in the pattern, the orchestration pattern, and the choreography pattern. Okay, have you ever wondered if your app could moonwalk through complex tasks? And yeah, dive into the world of microservices where services either dance to a central beat, the orchestration, or fight to their own rhythm, the choreography. So yeah, by the end, you will know whether your app needs a dance instructor or just some free-spirited groove. So yeah, keep on watching and let's get it on.
Please like, share, comment, and subscribe.
Okay, of course, we will talk about the microservices itself first. So, microservices architecture is like breaking a big project into bite-sized tasks. Instead of a big clunky app, we have smaller and specialized services that it's do one thing really well. Yeah, perhaps you can think of it like an office where each person has one job. Some take care of sales, then the other handle payment, and someone always on coffee duty. This is just kidding. And of course, this make it easier to develop, test, and deploy its service independently without everyone stepping on its other toes. Okay, perhaps I will give you some analogical approach. So, yeah, for the microservices, of course, we will talk about the monolithic architecture as well. So, if we talk about the monolith architecture, you can imagine, a food truck. Imagine a food truck that serve a variety of dishes. So, in a food truck, everything is cooked in the same small kitchen by the same chef and served from the same window. And yeah, here are the key points. So, the first one is all in one. The food truck contains everything it needs to serve food: the kitchen, the storage, and yeah, a service counter, and they are all in one place. So it will make the tightly couple. If something goes wrong with the kitchen, or if one chef is unavailable, the entire food truck might not operate properly. And this will affect the scalability as well. If the food trucks becomes very popular, scaling up is challenging. You cannot just add more food truck easily. You will need to duplicate the entire setup. So when we talk about the microservices, is a different story. For the microservices, now think a large restaurant with different section and specialist stuff. And yeah, here how it's work. The first one is specialized services. Of course, the restaurant has separate section like the kitchen, the bar, the dessert section even, and of course the sitting area. And it's managed by specialized teams. Okay, it will make the independent. It will make the independent process. So if there is an issue in one section, like the dessert station running out of ingredients, the rest of the restaurant can still function smoothly. And of course, for the scalability, if the restaurant get busier, you can easily expand by adding more chef or adding more open. You can opening another section, and yeah, without needing to replicate the entire restaurant. So in summary, the monolithic architecture or the food truck before, everything is combined into one unit. It is simpler but harder to scale and more vulnerable to disruption. And the microservices, the restaurant before, function are divided into specialized section, so it will making it easier to manage, scale, and even to maintain. Okay. yeah, that's all about the microservices and monolithic architecture. So we move to the next page. Okay, microservices and the need for coordination. Yeah, as you can see on my screen, I have an example for the microservice architecture. Okay, the big issue is in a system filled with tons of microservices, its service is like a solo performer. But sometimes they need to jam together to complete a full process. So the challenge is how do we get them all to how do we get them all to coordinate without causing any chaos? So as you can see on the screen on my picture, there are order service. So order service takes down what the customer wants, and payment service makes sure the money's there. Inventory service check if we've got in stock, and shipping service arrange to send it on its way. Yeah, as you can see, each surface here needs to work together smoothly, like a relay race where the button has to be passed precisely. So nobody wants the oops, I thought you had it. Yeah, nobody wants nobody wants that moment. So for the solution, we can use two main patterns to manage this coordination and avoid the bottlenecks. The first one is orchestration pattern. One central figure calling the shots, and the choreography pattern. Everyone follows set rules and respond to the event without one boss controlling the flow. So the goal is to making sure all services work in harmony without creating performance issue or miscommunication, because the system should flow, not flop. Okay. Okay. Next. So what is the orchestration pattern? Yeah, orchestration pattern is like having a conductor managing the band. So one central orchestrator coordinates with service does what and when. So it will making sure everything happen in sync. It is a bit like like a super organized friend who schedule every step of a night out, so no one wanders off or forget to pay. So just like a conductor in an orchestra, the orchestrator directs its microservices on when to play its note. Yeah, in the process, of course. So you can imagine just in the positive flow from the image that the stock is available, the client has picked their product and make an order. So for from this example, the order service is the orchestrator one. So skip the epic gateway first. We focus on the backend services. So the order service is the orchestrator for this flow business. Okay, just for this flow business. Okay, so when a customer places an order to the orchestrator, I mean this order services. Uh, when a customer places an order, the orchestrator will call the payment service first. After that, after a successful payment, it contacts inventory service to update the stock. And finally, it from shipping service to get the item on its way. So that's the orchestration pattern move. Yeah, the benefit of the orchestration pattern. The first one is for the main advantage. The first one is centralized control. So in centralized control, all processes are managed by one service, making it easier to debug and monitor. So think of it as the remote control that prevent channel hopping chaos. Okay. So the second one is the reliability. So predictable and clear processes that make it easy to know what's happening. What's happening? I'm sorry. Yeah, to know what's happening and where. And the challenges, of course, the orchestration pattern has a single point of failure. Yeah, if the orchestration fail, everything comes to a halt. imagine your conductor suddenly takes a lunch break. Okay, awkward silence, right? And yeah, the overhead. The orchestrator manages all the calls between services, which can slow things down. Now, so this is the orchestration pattern. After that, of course, the choreography pattern. The choreography pattern is where each microservices dance independently but follow share a set of rules. So with no central control. Yeah, it's like a flash mob. Yeah, you know the flash mob. Each person knows the routine and respond to cues from others. Yeah, without a director telling everyone what to do. Yeah, you can imagine a group dance where everyone knows when the step in based on the rhythm and movement of the other. No conductor, just a lot of well-timed moves, something like that. So for the case study, as you see on my screen, uh, when the order is placed, the payment service complete the payments and send a success event. Of course, the order will send the event for the payment and for the order service. After the order service send the event to the message broker. So when we talk about the choreography pattern, we use technology or tools like message broker or message queue, like Kafka or RabbitMQ, yeah, stuff like that. So after the order is placed, the order send the event to the message broker, and payment service consume that event. And after the payment service completes the payment service sends a success event back to the back to the message broker, back to the message queue, and inventory service sees the event and update the stock. And after that, shipping service then the shipping service gets the update and start the delivery process. Of course, the choreography pattern have its own benefits. So the main advantage is decentralized. Yeah, its service does its thing without relying on a central orchestrator, so it great for scalability. It's like letting its team member on their tasks, so we are not waiting on one all-powerful manager. Yeah, we are not waiting some person like that. And for the scalability, less chance of bottlenecks since there is no single controller, of course. And for the challenges, the first one is complex event handling. When things get busy, managing event can feel like juggling. Keeping track of every ball in the air is tricky, of course. And for the reliabilities, since there is no central point of control identifying where things went wrong, it can be tough, of course. So it has on benefit, and of course it has on challenges. And for the scalability, of course, for the choreography pattern, when we talk about the scalability, it will less chance of bottlenecks in there is no single control. But by not having a single controller directing the traffic, we can add more services without clogging up the system. Yeah, like this. So it's the in the choreography pattern. I will repeat, by not having a single controller directing the traffic, we can add more services without clogging up the system. So as you can see on my screen, I add two more services, the notification service and insurance service. Okay, think of it like this. We've got our main services running the other process smoothly, but now imagine we want to up our game by adding notification service so the customer actually know what's going on, and insurance service just in case anything goes sideways. So in scalable setup, these new services can join the process without waiting on one central boss to tell them what to do. They are free to jump in, take the right cues from each other, and get to work without causing gridlock. And yeah, this way, adding extra services is like throwing a few more player into a big game where yeah, where everyone already knows the rule. So more hands on deck, no bottlenecks, and the customer get a smoother experience. So the scalability here means flexibility to grow the system without turning it into a traffic jam. Yeah, this is one of the beauties of the choreography pattern. So is that adding new service doesn't require us to dig back into the base code. Okay, so instead we can simply add new event to our message broker and voila, or signing new service like notification and the insurance service are ready to join the party, listening and responding as they need to. Okay, so of course this keep things efficient. We just tell the services to turn in, and they know when to step. Yeah, then they know when to step in without us rewriting existing code. So we don't have to rewrite or adding more function to special service like for the order service or payment service or the other service. We don't have to add more code, add more function. We just add the new event in the message broker, so the new services, the notification and the insurance service can consume the event. Now yeah, imagine now if we were using the orchestration pattern, it will be a different story, of course. Here we'd have to go back in the other service code. Okay, we have to go back in the other service code, adding new calls for function for every new service we want involved, like making our other service responsible for contacting the notification and the insurance service directly. Yeah, not only does that increase code complexity, but it also makes our other service a bit of a boss, coordinating each move, a role that can slow things down as more service get added. Okay, so in short, with choreography, we are setting our services free to respond independently. So the orchestration, on the other hand, requires us to add new wiring in the central controller. So it will making our setup a bit more hands-on each time we grow. Okay, I hope you understand the difference of the orchestration and the choreography pattern within this image. Yeah, now I have some table that yeah, the comparison of the orchestration versus the choreography pattern. So for the criteria for the first one is the approach. Orchestration is centralized, so using an orchestrator, and the choreography is decentralized, event based. So the choreography pattern we can call it the event driven architecture. And for the control orchestration directed by a central entity, but for the choreography, its service acts independently. And the analogy is orchestra, and the choreography is like a group dance. They know what they have to do in every beat, in every minute. So no need to the conductor or the orchestrator to to command them. And for the scalability, orchestration is lower due to the orchestrator. The choreography is high without bottlenecks. But the challenges for the orchestrator is the overhead, and choreography pattern is difficult to trace and debug because yeah, they are separate, really separate. Just using an event to communicate, not the direct communication. So of course, this is the question: when to use the orchestration pattern. So for the orchestration pattern, we use it for clear business flow. So we use the orchestration pattern when we need a specific sequence of steps that service must follow, like a carefully planned to-do list. Okay, and for the success failure assurance, the orchestration pattern grid when every step needs to be verified. So like the example before, the order service has to call the payment service. After that, the order service call the inventory service, and eventually call the shipping service. So yeah, it's the step needs to be verified. And yeah, in an example case, it's like a complex financial transaction where each step needs to be double checked because no one wants where did my money go? Surprise! Okay, just kidding. And after that, when we use the choreography pattern. So we use the choreography pattern for the high scalability needs. So it's perfect if you want to avoid the bottlenecks and have a lot of services dancing around. And after that, the independent microservices. So it is ideal when services need to be added or removed without disrupting the whole system. Imagine a dance floor with imagine a dance floor where people can join or live without anyone tripping. So I hope you understand the analogical approach. Yeah, for the example case, in event-driven architecture or the choreography pattern, it's like e-commerce. Yeah, event-driven e-commerce where the flexibility is a key as events pop up like that. Yeah, so yeah, as event pop up like that. Nah, okay. The perfect implementation is combining orchestration and the choreography pattern. Yeah, many architecture use a bit of both. So the orchestration for major business flow that need the tight control, and the choreography pattern for minor event or function that don't require a strict order. Yeah, for simple example, an orchestrator could handle the main order process, while other services listen in on even for extra feature like adding insurance or sending notification and yeah, the stuff like that. So yeah, this is the point. Yeah. When it comes to orchestration and choreography pattern, it's not about picking a side like it's a battle of the titans. So it's more like choosing topping for your pizza. Sometimes you want extra cheese, so the orchestration, and sometimes you just want a little bit of everything, the choreography. So the key point here is that both approaches are not inherently good or bad. It all depends on where and it's all depends on this depends on where and how you use them. Okay, so think of orchestration like the director of a play. It's great for major business flow that need careful control and timing. You want the director making sure everything happens in the right order, right? Okay. So in the other hand, choreography is more like a group dance. Everyone knows their move, but no one's telling them exactly when to step. So it's perfect for smaller event or function that don't need to be so tightly controlled. Yeah, for example from the image before, adding an insurance or sending the notification, these are like the backup dancer who are they, but they don't need to steal the spotlight. Yeah, stuff like that. Yeah, they don't need to steal the spotlight. They exist, but they don't need to steal the spotlight. So don't get caught in the trap of thinking one is better than the other. Yeah, one is bad. So that the real magics happen when you combine both and use them in the right places. It's like having a well structured meal with a bit of fun and variety. So balance is key. Okay. Yeah, for the conclusion of yeah, sometimes I use English for my content because I still learning to speak English, so just give it support, guys. Yeah, for the conclusion, the orchestration great for the processes needing central control and clear sequences, and the choreography work best for the centralized system needing high scalability. So choose based on your business needs, system complexity, and infrastructure. Because sometimes you need a conductor, and other time you just need everyone to know the step. So choose it wisely. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I think this is the last part of my slide. So and there you have it. We've journeyed through the fascinating world of microservices, from orchestration to choreography. Choreography. I'm sorry. Mm. Yeah, from orchestration to the choreography, and now you are officially ready to take on the microservice kingdom like a true backend warrior. Okay, if you enjoy this content and found it valuable, please give it a thumbs up, and yeah, subscribe to my channel and leave your thought in the comments below. Your support, of course, helps keep this channel going and lets me bring you more engaging content. Yeah. P.S. If you don't leave a comment, I have to tell my server to start sending you 404 error. Just kidding, or am I? So yeah, don't forget to share this video with your friends and fellow tech enthusiasts. Let's spread the love and the knowledge. So until next time, stay curious, keep coding, and remember, life is too short to use the monolithic architectures. Okay, thank you very much, and cheers, Backend Magang.